The halftime show here live from the Mainstay is on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Austin Stanley, Zach Bingham of A to Z Sports live from the Mainstay. The Titans are up 14-10 at halftime over the Colts, but have left a lot out there to be desired. 2 Ryan Tannehill interceptions, one his fault, one off the shoulder pads of Chester Rogers, have been both of the Colts scoring drives. So the Titans are up, but for the first time all season at halftime, but it doesn't look very clean. A.J. Brown hasn't played for the first, really in a while, since a third down pass that he came up short on and has been out with a hamstring injury. Other injuries are concerning as well. Bud Dupree has yet to play. A to Z Sports Titan Game Day Live from the Mainstay for all of the home games this season. Brought to you by Mill Creek Brewery. 2-for-1 Mill Creek drafts here at the Mainstay all Titan season long. Nashville Power Sports for your brand new custom-made golf carts. Head up NashvillePowersports.com and BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Code ATOZ Sports when you download the app. Zach, what's your initial reaction to that first half of play?
Well, the Titans have controlled this game. The problem, and you mentioned, they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Yep.
They're giving the Colts opportunity when it's obvious Carson Wentz is hobbled.
Can't move.
He can't move. And the Titans have gotten to him a couple of times, but the Titans cannot continue to give the Colts opportunity. They go down there. You think that they're going to kick a field goal to go up and extend the lead even more to 10 points, and then all of a sudden and it goes back the other way.
I was very close to tweeting that this needs to be 21-7 at minimum at halftime because the Titans had things rolling. Derrick Henry was starting to get things rolling. He's got 70 yards in the first half on 16 carries and started to see that momentum build. Tannehill hit Julio Jones there for a nice pass to get them in the red zone. And then Chester Rogers just has the ball, goes off his pads. And that just can't happen. Pops up, Kenny Moore intercepts it and returns it back a pretty decent distance to help the Colts out. But the Titans have to put this away. And they can't continue to let Carson Wentz hang around because his running backs, his offensive line, and his playmakers and Michael Pittman have actually done a pretty good job.
Yeah, well, and we know what the Colts want to do. They want to run the football and control the game and have Wentz dump downs, quick passes. I mean, that is the concept. But the Titans, they've got to get the momentum back. That is the one thing in the third quarter. They've got to get the mojo back that they kind of let up at the end of the second. They're a better football team. The Titans, from top to bottom, Derrick Henry is the best player on the field. We know that. But defensively, they've got to get after Wentz, and they got to get the ball back and score touchdowns. That's the type of offense that we have started to know for the Titans. We need to see the same type of offense that we saw in the second half in Seattle,
right
here today in Nashville.
Well, I think, honestly, because the Colts get the ball to start the second half, I think it really starts with the Titans defense on first downs. Whenever the Colts have been unable to get anything going, the Titans get them in a second and long. Whenever the Colts have put together 2 scoring drives, helped by both interceptions off of Tannehill, it's been because the Colts offense has gotten some positive yards on first down to create a second and manageable or third and short type of situation where they can get the ball out of Wentz's hands as quickly as possible. So the Titans get on the Colts touchdown drive. Titans defense get gashed on first down, and they had to slow that up and stop that because that is the key to the Colts offense in its entirety.
All right, I've got 2 positives and 2 negatives from the first half. Cool. What do you want first? You want the good or the bad?
Go ahead and give me the bad. I'm good with the bad first.
Well, it starts with A.J. Brown, and you mentioned he doesn't appear to get back into this game.
No,
he's had a towel over his head for the entire second quarter since he left. He's questionable return, but they're probably not going to push A.J. Brown's injury, which is a hamstring that we know. The other negative is Ryan Tannehill does not look sharp. He's missed some balls. He missed an out route to Julio Jones, which was in zone coverage that a quality throw would have gotten them in the red zone. That didn't happen. He also has 2 interceptions. Now, whether you want to call – the first one was definitely his fault. It was a bad pass.
He panicked.
The second one's probably more on Chester Rogers hitting into the chest. That's not his fault, but you got to take responsibility. You're the quarterback. So those are the 2 negatives, A.J. Brown and Ryan Tannehill's play so far. There are some positives, though. I think I've seen some good blocking and effort from Taylor Lewan,
Yeah.
which has been in question coming into this game after missing and being a scratch against Seattle. And I think the other positive that you have to think about is Derrick Henry is running the football right. What was your statistic of Derrick Henry averaging rushing yards against the Colts in the last 3 games?
Yeah, the last 3 games against the Colts, Derrick Henry has averaged 143 rushing yards per game.
Right now, through 2 quarters, he has 70.
It's halfway there.
70 times 2 is 140, right?
Yep,
So he's halfway there. I like the screen passes. They're getting a little bit more production. I know you track the first down runs.
Yeah.
They had towards the end of the second quarter, it felt like the first down runs started to, and that's the philosophy. I know everybody's like, pass the ball, first down, pass the ball. The philosophy is to continue to chop away where the first down runs in the third and fourth quarter really hit hard and you could break one.
Yeah, so Todd Downing listened to everybody when he decided to not run the ball on first down. The first 3 first down snaps, the Titans threw the ball. They threw the screen, or they just didn't hand it off to Henry. They threw the screen incomplete to AJ. AJ Brown end around the next time, and a Henry 6-yard catch. Then they went 3 straight runs on first down, and that first one picked up 19 yards. You're saying, okay, there you go. Now you've done it. You've thrown them off a little bit. But I think the key to this is you still need to throw the ball on first down, lining up with Derrick Henry in a single back formation. That is how you have success on first down passes. Not in the shotgun, but when Derrick Henry is in single back formations and Tannehill's under center, because that looks more like a Derrick Henry run. When they ran the ball early, or they threw the ball early on first down in the game, it was from a shotgun play action. When the Titans ever hand the ball off to Derrick Henry on 1st and 10 from a shotgun? No, they do it under center, single back, and go downhill. So whenever you want to have success, make it look like you're actually going to run your bread and butter outside zone from under center and then have something come off of it. That's where Tannehill picked up yards with his legs. He hit Swaim on the rollout. Several other plays. Nick Westbrook-Akine's touchdown was on first down. So you're starting to see more rhythm by the Titans offense and Todd Downing. Just the 2 interceptions have been killers because they've ended up in 10 points for the Colts when maybe the Titans could have gotten extra points on the board.
You've given a lesser opponent opportunity, and
Yes.
you can't do that because they hang around. And in the NFL, every game is close, regardless of the competition. Now, unless you're playing the Jags.
Unless week 1, the Cardinals blowing out the Titans.
Right, but they had a burst of energy in the third quarter to try to get them back into that game. So you have to watch out for the Indianapolis Colts pressing to get back into this game now that they stole 3 points at the end of the first half.
Yep.
They get the ball back. Defensively, how do you think that the Titans have played thus far, and what do you want to see more of in the second half?
I think I want to see more interior pressure because Carson Wentz has had time to throw, and there's been pressure from the outside. And the easiest thing for him to do with his immobility is step up. I think Carson Wentz cannot move. I want to see Jeff Simmons make some plays. I want to see Denico Autry up the middle. And, they've played pretty clean on defense. I like overall how they're playing. It's just those first down snaps for the Colts are so important to get something going to keep the Titans defense on its heels. Because if it's 2nd and long, 3rd and long, the Titans defense is coming at Carson Wentz, and there's not a lot the Colts can do about that.
Yeah, and today's Indianapolis Colts offense is very predictable because of their situation. You have to keep them predictable. And Carson Wentz, man, I'm very curious in the third and the fourth quarter, are those ankles going to lock up? I mean, he's going to get them retaped, but as we know from our doc talks, it only helps about for the first 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, Carson Wentz can't move, and the broadcast was even showing it that it looked like he was starting to feel it and get him a little more hobbled. So I'm sure they will, re-put together Carson Wentz's ankles at halftime to see how it goes. All right, let's get everybody involved here, Zach. Just a couple minutes before the second half begins. What's your confidence level in the Titans winning this game? They're up 14-10 on the Colts at halftime. What is your confidence level in the Titans winning this game 1 through 10? But real quick, let me tell you guys about Nashville Power Sports and NashvillePowersports.com. If you're looking for a custom golf cart for you and your family, The only place to go is NashvillePowersports.com. Locally owned and operated, based in Middle Tennessee their entire lives. Their owners are actively involved in day-to-day operations because they care about the customer service and they care about their products. Golf carts, some of the best prices and service selection they have to offer. They can customize anything on the golf cart, whether it's a 2-seater, 4-seater, 6-seater. They can make anything street legal. They've got you covered at NashvillePowersports.com.
Titan Game Day Live. We are broadcasting live from the Mainstay. Every home game will be here right across the street from Nissan Stadium if you're watching. And I know a lot of people are watching in the stadium. That's kind of the cool part. They got Wi-Fi. They're listening to our halftime show. And after the game, they're going to walk across and they're going to party with us, drinking Mill Creek Brews 2 for 1. If you're out there, you can't beat that for our post-game show. So the question that we've asked is, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your confidence level that the Titans are going to come out with a win and move to 2-1, and the Colts are going to 0-3 at the conclusion of this game? 10 being a guarantee, 1 you're not too sure.
Yeah.
What are the comments saying?
I think the most common answer is a 7 or an 8. That's kind of where the majority of the audience is falling in. There's some 9s, there are some 10s, and there's some more. Zach, what's your confidence?
7.5. I'll split the difference.
I'm at an 8. So we'll see you guys at the post-game show. See you soon.